Today we are going to look at the stars, inshallah. Not physically, but in the language and in the TV that we have inside our minds. So, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalam ala Rasulillah wa ala ashrafil anbiya wal mursaleen wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Summa amma ba'd. Fa'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem. وَلَقَدْ زَيَّنَّا السَّمَاءَ الدُّنْيَا بِمَصَابِيحَ وَجَعَلْنَاهَا رُجُومًا لِلشَّيَاطِينِ وَأَعْتَدْنَا لَهُمْ عَذَابَ السَّعِيرِ رَبِّ اشْرَحْ لِي صَدْرِي وَيَسِّرْ لِي أَمْرِي وَاحْلُلْ عُقْدَةً مِنْ لِسَانِي يَفْقَهُوا قَوْلِي. So we're going to look at the stars. Why did I say that? Because today we have completed section 1 in the last video, which spoke about Allah and the creation, what He owns, and putting the challengers in their place. Today's section has a different startup. He says, Walakad, and certainly, and now there's what, not only there is Qad, there's Lakad, whatever, there's emphasis, there is, we have certainly, we have that meaning. Allah didn't just say, Wazayyanna Sama. Saying Wazayyanna Sama means we beautified. Saying Walakad Zayyanna, we have certainly beautified. So there is no doubt that it has been beautified. What? As-sama, the sky. Sama dunya, sky of the dunya, which means of, there's ijma about this. Everybody has agreed that this means the first sky, the one we see simply. Bima sabiha. So sabiha, lamps. Now, this word, what do you mean by lamps? Lamps, some say stars, some say any kind of lightning object that is available in the sky, and star is of course, all of them, most of them are what? Stars. Now, وَجَعَلْنَهَا, and made them رُجُومًا لِلشَّيَاطِينَ, made them missiles, laser guided missiles, something like that, guided missiles for the shayateen, وَآتَرْنَا, and we have prepared for them lahum azab as-sa'ir, a painful blazing fire and punishment. Alright, so what is about this? We're going to talk about the stars after 5 minutes of discussions of the other things, and then we're going to spend our time talking about the stars. So about these stars being a rujuma lishayatin, we have to understand this part. What does Allah mean by rujuma lishayatin? So you have the stars, and then you have them. Some say that, oh no, the falling stars, they go toward the shaitan. Actually, in the Tafsir you will find that they say that this is actually, suppose there is a star and there is a firing meteor that comes out from the star, and just like a guiding missile, it goes towards the shayateen jinns who try to steal information, heavenly information from the angels, and the angels, of course, they themselves sometimes show it. These are other discussions that are available in other surahs, but there is actually the fact that from the stars, these meteors of fire are actually sent towards the shayateen jinn. Some of them are killed, some of them lose sense of who they are, whatever it is, some of them are burned, they are taken care of. So this is for them. Not all the jinns, the shayateen jinns who try to mess up, try to give the information, to the so-called magicians, and this is something that happens, but it is important that the star itself is not displaced, right? You will also find something of this sort in Surah Safat, Surah number 37, ayah number 6 to 10, you'll find these things. Anyways, the thing I just told you about, the star is stationary and the meteor comes out from the stars, this has been agreed upon by Ibn Abbas radiallahu anhu, and also you will find it in the Tafsir Al Jalalyn. Anyways, and Qatada radiallahu anhu says that the stars were created for 3 reasons. First is Zayanna Sama, beautification of the sky. The second is, you find that in the Qur'an, navigation, or actually, more rather, in order, it is actually Ruzum al Shayateen, weapon against the Shayateen. And the third is for navigation. You find that in the Quran, right? You navigate using the stars in the desert of the sea, desert of the land, which is actually sea of the land, deserts. And anybody who tries to gain any knowledge beyond this, there are so many theories about stars. Yes, this pattern, no, that star went that way. Oh, that means you're getting divorced next week. This type of things. He says these are people who's trying to burden themselves with a knowledge they have no knowledge, with a topic of which they have no knowledge of. So Allah informed us about these three things about stars in the Quran. Anything beyond this, he doesn't have knowledge of. I mean, the one who's trying to say about this, anything beyond this three, they are speaking about something they don't have any knowledge of. And actually, Allah speaks about that in Surah Al Mulk. When he speaks up, when he takes a oath, فَلَا أُقْسِمُ بِمَوَاقِعِ النُّجُومِ وَإِنَّهُ لَقَسَمٌ لَوْ تَعْلَمُونَ عَظِيمٌ. Have you any idea that the setting of this which I took an oath by, it is so azim, it's so mighty. So if he is saying that if you had any idea it is mighty, that means we don't have any idea how mighty it is. So when people are claiming that I know this about the stars, no, you actually have another story which you won't tell. Anyways, enough of that. Now there's one interesting change. When we were on section 1, Allah was talking about Tabarakallazi biyadihil mulku wa huwa ala kulli shay'in qadir allazi khalaqal mauta wal hayata. Allazi. The one who, he, it was third person. All of a sudden, walakad zayyanna. We have adorned the sky. It was he, now it's we. The person changed. Why? Why go from third person to first person? Oh wait, it seems that when Allah is talking about the beautification of the skies, not only is he close to us, he's also telling us, by the way, it's the same one who's speaking this message is the same being who beautified the sky. This not only clarifies how this message is from the Tabarak Allazi biyadihil mulk, that mulk who is blessed, but also that the same time that he is also the same being who have beautified the sky. Sometimes this happens like, come on, I'll show you. Look how beautifully son, see that, how beautiful the birds fly. You come close and show the beautification. That's exactly something like this could be happening here, right? At the same time, it's first person. That means we did it. Clarification, more clarification. All of these things are there. So it's a beautiful, what should I say? Shift, change of the person. And the kuffar say, this is mistake in the Quran. This is mistake in the Quran. Talk about in movies sometimes, from one scene it suddenly changes to another scene. And then the movie intro starts with an intro like, he, and then suddenly that person is there, right? There should be a movie like this. And that's why this is the same thing that's happening here. A change, a shift. Now, one last thing before we talk about the stars. وَأَعْتَدْنَا لَهُمْ عَذَابَ السَّعِيرِ. And we have prepared for them azab as-sa'ir. This word sa'ir is important to talk about because sa'ir is actually increasing blazing fire. So 1 minute the fire is like this size, and the second minute it's shrew. It's increasing. Siyarul ta'am, how the market prices of food increases in market, that's the same word. So sa'ir, increasing blazing fire. If it burns in 2 seconds, next time in 1 second, next time in milliseconds, it's increasing. It's not stationary. It's getting worse. So we have created a very good azab, because you have the word roots with ain, za and ba. That's a different discussion, like how it actually contains two meanings. So we're not going to that, but at least sa'id requires attention because it's increasing punishment, increasing fire. So Allah is really giving the warning to the shayateen. Now notice one thing. وَلَقَدْ زَيَّنَّا السَّمَاءَ الدُّنْيَا بِمَا صَابِهَا. We have beautified the skies with lamps. Imagine something beautiful. You see a beautiful light, and this something beautiful is to punishment? No, it's a blessing. So when I go in the streets and there is a beautiful new lamp set up in the streets, I love it. And what I don't know is that lamp has a laser which actually kills people who is on the back or who's on a blind spot. Now the same thing that is a blessing for me, that's so beautiful, is also punishment for some. And who is it the punishment for? People who are not right, for the shayateen. So the same stars who are actually the beauty of the sky are the same stars is doing something which is actually rujuman lishayatin. Amazing that how a beautiful thing can be someone's death. Teaches us a lots of lesson, doesn't it? Anyways, so now the stars. Why did Allah choose this? He could have spoke about so many things. Why not about the sea? Why not about the mountains? Why about so many things? Why the stars? You know, this is one creation that it's unique on its own. Especially if you have been in an airplane at night, you would appreciate what I'm saying. Man, the look of the stars, especially if you're flying through an ocean, above an ocean, at the night. Whoa, that view. It's as if these eyes that are looking down at us. And we move, they move with us. It's as if they're always with us. It's like they're a bunch of kids having parties. Some stars are moving, some stars are big, some stars are small, some stars are complete white, some stars are bling bling bling. It's as if they're changing colors. Literally, I feel like sometimes I see stars and they're changing colors. Whoa! And you look at the stars and you're like, nice lamps. And they're there. And when we look at them, when do we go to the stars? Just want to have a good time. Sit down and look at the stars. What happens? Most of the wives, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? Let's just go somewhere to look at the stars. Why not Walmart? Why not KFC? Why not go somewhere have enjoyable? No. I just want to have some good time looking at the stars. Seriously, looking at stars, what does the star give you? Money? No. Yet people go just to look at the stars. People go to a silent place where there's no light just to look at the stars, just to appreciate the stars. Why? Why bother about those mini things? Who barely has any light? Oh, there must be something that attracts us towards it. And that's the same thing Allah uses. وَلَقَدْ زَيَّنَّا السَّمَاءَ الدُّنْيَا بِمَصَابِيهَا وَجَعَلْنَاهَا رُجُومًا لِلشَّيَاطِينِ وَأَعْتَدْنَا لَهُمْ عَذَابَ السَّعِيرِ. The stars, man, the stars. It teaches us a lot of things. The same stars, you can just feel, this peace. And that's the same thing Allah uses. Amazing how the same things have things which are actually causing deaths to some creatures. Of course, they deserve it because they are the shayateen. They are trying to mess up. They are trying to get information that they shouldn't be having. But that's a different story. But man, the way, the trademark you will use after the biggest introduction in the first section, the stars. That's what Allah chose. And the next time you look at the stars, you and I look at the stars, we better think, something about the stars. And also, it also includes the challengers are there, right? Those who were challenged, do you find any futur? They are also being told the stars. And now they're like, I was trying to find futur in the first sky, among the 7 skies. Now you tell me about the stars, which I have no idea how they are arranged, what they do, what they mean, who is bigger, who is smaller. They are defeated. They are at this point, La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. That's something beautiful I found. Anyways, that's all I wanted to tell. And inshallah we'll continue in the new section where Allah started by this, and He will talk about other things. And the surah will get harsh for a moment, but there is a reason for that. It is for that getting harsh is a blessing, because it will wake us up so that these harsh words can protect us from something that is actually harsh physically. So that's actually a blessing for all of us. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen.